Hi everyone, I hope you're enjoying your afternoon, and if you've been seeing my posts on this page, then I said that I'm going to try to do Facebook Lives every Wednesday, and the point of that is that I just want to have some sort of schedule and structure. It won't be at a certain time because I have different appointments every day, but I can commit to a Wednesday, and for as long as I can do it for, that's what I'm going to try to do. So if you're watching this video, then you're either probably tuning into the page, or maybe you've seen this video floating around Facebook and you're thinking, what's this all about? Well, I'm a counsellor and a coach, and I've got different pages on Facebook. You can go to my Facebook counselling page, which is NU Journeys Counselling. You can also find me on here as a coach, which is Marianne Hanson Coaching, and I'm a self-worth and confidence coach. Actually, it's Coach Marianne Hanson. I've just made that up. And then there's this page, and then my personal page, and I make live videos. I'm only going to commit to once a week. I've got so much admiration for people who do videos every single day, live videos. I don't know if I'll ever get to that stage. But the main thing with this page is that it's to provide information, articles, anything related to money and finance now. Every single person at some point in their life has probably experienced, whether it's debts, whether it's financial issues, whether it's mindset stuff, messages about money and wealth. And it's something I'm really interested in because I grew up without having a lot of money. I grew up in a household actually where there was a lot of talk about, being broke, and there was things like catalogues and a lot of borrowing. And I think during my early adult life, I probably picked up on a lot of that myself because I got into debt. I was borrowing money. I got into like catalogues and store cards and credit cards. But it was only when I started finding out more about financial information, where I started reading, going online, going on YouTube, watching videos, that I became interested in things like saving and like wealth management and just money mindset stuff, turning everything around. So I'm trying to pass on my information to you guys, but also I just want to help people if I can. I don't provide debt counselling or anything like that, but if there are questions you want me to answer, or if there's videos you want me to do on a particular topic, then just let me know, send me a message via here. So what I want to talk about today is 4 ways to become more prosperous. So I got some of this information, I can't remember where I found some of it, but what I tend to do is if I hear really good information, I don't kind of just copy other people. What I'll do is I'll listen to their messages, and then I'll think I'm going to add my own twist to it so it becomes more authentic, if you like. So one of the ways that you can become more prosperous is, I think it was actually Jim Rohn that this information, some of it's from. Jim Rohn is a motivational speaker. I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name, Jim Rohn. It's spelled R-O-H-N. I listen to him nearly every day. He talks about looking for money. And that might sound a bit bizarre. What does looking for money mean? A lot of people say they want money. They want more abundance. They want to become more prosperous, but they're just sitting at home kind of talking about it, or just walking around thinking and dreaming about it. You have to look for the money. I strongly believe that there are so many opportunities to make money in this world at the minute, especially right now. You've got the internet going off like anything. You've got social media. An example would be, I've created some affirmations cards. Now I've probably put them on this page as well. I've put them on all my pages on my social media. Since I've posted like the cards and done promotions on them, free postage and packaging, I've been getting loads of orders. I've had to post out loads of them cards. Now, as I've said, if you create something, and I've done a video on that, if you create a service or you've got something to sell, there's always going to be people that want it, so you have to go and look for the money. Now, looking for the money might mean you have to get out of your chair instead of sitting on the sofa, and you have to go and seek it, whether it's handing out your CVs to certain shops, whether it's plugging your idea to someone, whether it's just going old-fashioned, and just doing the sales. whether it's going to car boot sales or whatever and just, you know, flogging your stuff. There's so many ways to make money, so you have to seek it out if that's really what you want, if you want prosperity. The second thing, and there's lots of videos on this and I've done videos myself, is change the way you speak about money. Now, I don't want to make this a long video because I try and keep my live videos to 10 to 15 minutes, and even that's probably long for some people to focus on. But change the way you speak about money is probably the key thing out of these 4 tips. If you're always using the term, I don't even like the term broke, because you can never use that word and make it sound good. If you say you're broke, all what comes up in your head, all it conjures up to me is that you know, that things are like your bones are broken and that you're just like on the floor and that you are, you know, just really low. And why would you ever want to say that? Wouldn't it be better to say something like, I'm financially challenged, or at the moment I don't have the resources that I need? It's the same thing, but you're not using the word broke. And it's about changing your way you think about money and the language you use. The book that I've done a review on here is called The Money Magnet Mindset, and that is like a key book to have in your collection. When I read it, I actually got it from the library at first, and then I bought the book off Amazon because it was just one of those books that's like life-changing. It talks about, you know, just changing your mindset about money. You know, everyone goes through periods of time where they haven't got enough. You know, no one's ever going to probably have enough money if they're like honest about it. They might say, right, I could do with $1 million right now, I could do with this right now. But our brain isn't geared for that. The more we have, the more we want. So it's not about saying, changing, you know, your thoughts and feelings about chasing money. It's your mindset, it's the words you use. So that is a key thing. If you want to be prosperous, you have to accept that there's loads of opportunities for money. You have to change the language that you're using, and then it will come to you. It's the same as with relationships or with lots of things. If you were to walk around just moaning all the time about like, oh, I don't believe in love, people can't be trusted, relationships are stupid, I'd rather not ever like fall in love with anyone or be with anyone, I prefer being on my own, then that's what's going to happen. That's the words you're using are going to manifest themselves so that you stay that way. And that's the same as with money, you know. So you need to, every time you're saying negative words or using negative language when it comes to money, you need to like stop yourself, check yourself and change it around. So the third thing is to decide you want money and that you will be prosperous. So that's about commitment. As I've said, there's no point in just moaning that you've never got any money. There's no point in just dreaming, you know, and doing all these affirmations. Affirmations are brilliant. I do them myself. Meditation as well, that's brilliant. There's lots of things you can do, but I still believe you have to take action. But the first part of that is you have to commit mentally as well. There's too many people that like don't believe that they're going to be wealthy. They don't believe that they're going to achieve certain things. And you can't go beyond that barrier unless you start saying it. There's no point looking at a certain house or looking at a car or looking at a job or looking at a person or a way of life and saying to yourself deep down, I can't afford that. I'm never going to be able to get that. That person's got it, but it will never be me. Because what you're already like telling yourself that. So it would be like a boxer getting into the ring and saying, looking at his opponent and saying, even though I've trained for like years to do this fight, and even though I'm up for it, I know I'm not going to win. You know, this opponent's bigger, this opponent's better than me. You know, you're already setting yourself up to fail. So when it comes to money, make that decision, make a decision clearly of how much you want, how you're going to get it, when you're going to get it. And you have to believe it, you have to believe it's possible. I'm someone that, it's taken me years to change my mindset, and as I've said, it's because of the environment I grew up in. It was always about lack. You wouldn't have conversations about wealth, prosperity. You wouldn't, the things I'm reading now and I'm watching on YouTube, and the way that I'm learning about savings, and the way that I think about my money, the way that I spend my money, is completely different to when I was growing up. I wish I knew half of this stuff before I went away to university. I wouldn't have come away with debt. Before I moved out and lived on my own, I wouldn't have been in debt, because my mindset then was that you just had to have everything, that you, if you couldn't afford it, you'd borrow it. If someone says, do you want a credit card, you take it. And now that's completely changed. I don't have any credit cards. I don't have an overdraft. I try and operate in cash as much as possible. I don't even really like using my debit card because I can't keep track. I'll withdraw a certain amount of money. Now, it's taken me ages to get to that stage. So decide you want money. Decide you want to be prosperous. Money, it doesn't always have to be about money. It can be prosperous and abundant in other ways, but just make that decision. And the final thing is to change how you think and feel about money. I've talked about it a little in parts of this anyway. Yeah, how you feel about money. Now, I didn't even really understand this as a concept until I've been reading stuff, and until I've been learning about stuff really. How you feel about money has probably the biggest impact on whether you're going to receive money. And that could be anything from, an example would be me as a counsellor and a coach. It took me ages when people didn't used to pay. There's only a few times where people haven't paid they've had counselling and then they just haven't paid. Now, deep down, I know they've probably forgotten to transfer the money. But there was times where I wouldn't chase it up because I felt too embarrassed to chase it up. And then I thought to myself, do you know what? You're in business. You've just given a brilliant service to someone. Of course you're going to chase it up. And now, I mean, that was ages ago. Now, if someone hasn't paid, I'll just do a polite email and it will just say something along the lines of, I understand you may have forgotten and stuff. And I don't feel any way about it. I actually feel okay about doing that. But you have to feel that when you're exchanging money for a service, especially if you're a business owner or whatever, if you're a tradesperson, you have to appreciate that money's coming to you. Every time I get a new client, every time someone hands me money in cash or they'll do a bank transfer, I feel good. I feel good about it's not the money, it's the service that I've provided. It's the trade-off that I feel good about. But I also value money and I respect money. So if I see someone on the street, like today I gave a homeless person just a bit of change that I had, the value is I know that £2 or £3 is going to mean a lot more to them than it will mean to me being in my purse. I don't think, oh, I could have used that money to buy this or buy that. It's about, I know the value is more important to that person. So yeah, it's changing how you think and feel, deciding that you want money and that you will be prosperous. Change the way you speak about money and look for the money. Go out and seek it, create things, be a creator, be a visionary, create, whether it's a service, whether it's a product. I think there's just too much money in the world, as in it's everywhere. So there's no reason not to have it. It's just your own perception really, and it's your own mindset that's stopping you from getting it if you want it. Doesn't mean it's going to come to you today or tomorrow, or it might not even be next year. But I think that's just been my thing over the last 3-4 years. Building my business has taught me that there's always referrals, there's always people that need a service from me. If you create affirmations cards like I have, there's people that will buy them. When I get my books written eventually, there's going to be people that will buy the books. There's money's everywhere, so don't view it as being sparse. Don't worship it either. Just accept that it's there, and if you want to be part of it, if you want some of it, then go and get it. So I hope you found this video useful. This is my final live video today. If you want to check out my other live videos, go to Marianne Hanson, my personal page. Go to NU Journeys Counselling, my business page. Coach Marianne Hanson, my coaching page. And if you're watching this on the replay, then please leave your comments. Tell me what you think. Do you agree with what I said? Do you disagree? I'd love to hear what your views are. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back next Wednesday with another video. Don't know what the title's going to be, don't know what the time is, but you'll know on the Wednesday. I'll give you advance notice. Thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy your afternoon and evening. Bye.